Hey y'all, welcome back. Today is a little bit of a different video for me because we're not really doing makeup, we're not really talking about makeup, we're talking about Temu. I'm sure you've heard about Temu. I feel like it's been kind of all over, at least in my feed, and it could be just because I watched one or two videos on it and now that's all YouTube is suggesting me. But regardless, if you have not heard about Temu, welcome to my video. We're gonna talk a little bit about them. Basically, it's kind of like Shein, but for a lot of other things, electronic to house to baby to clothes like Shein, but it kind of gave me that Shein feel as I was getting into it, or like AliExpress, even though I've never shopped at AliExpress. But basically, yeah, Temu's kind of like Shein, but for everything else. So I was like, you know what, I was getting curious. I went on there, the prices are insane. Some of them I feel like are a little borderline of like, I probably could get similar price for maybe better quality either through Amazon, Walmart, that type of thing. But a lot of the things are just almost Dollar Tree level of like $1.25 or something like that. So I got super curious because I was like, are these things actually that good if they're like $1 or less or a couple bucks each? So I couldn't help myself. I ended up purchasing some things. I made a little order and then I was also reached out to by Temu. Didn't even realize it. I went Temu, I had to search up to find my order confirmation and I realized afterwards that they had sent me a few emails about working together. So I was like, hey, I'll see if they still want to. I reached out to them and they were like, yeah, we'll send you some things if you could just mention us in a video. And I was just going to mention Temu at the beginning of a video and mention their influencer program at the beginning of a video and move along. But I got so many things. I have so many thoughts. I decided it'd be fun to do a video. So let me roll the intro and we can get into it. And I'm going to give you guys show you guys what I got and then my thoughts on them. So let's get into it. Okay, so first off, Temu does have an influencer program, and from everything I've seen and the fact that I got in it, it's a pretty great program if you're just starting out, if you're wanting to work with brands, if you're wanting to get, be able to get products to show on your channel, that type of thing, and you don't have a huge budget to spend on it. It's great for the smaller influencers, smaller YouTubers, what I'm saying, was what I'm saying with that, because I feel like when I signed up, they didn't have any crazy requirements. They did reach out to me, so I don't know if you just reached out to them or try to join their program, if that would be different if they do have requirements. But from everything I'm reading, they have a pretty easy program to get into if you are interested. So my program, as far as like what I've experienced with it, is I signed up with it. If anyone uses my links to sign up or place an order, I get a little bit of a kickback. I'm not really like familiar with the ins and outs because I'm just now getting into the program, so I haven't even referred anyone, but it does seem pretty easy way to get some cash and either be able to buy more Temu products to, feature, or make a little bit of like an affiliate program, a little bit of a side income, or a little bit of, some spending cash and whatnot. So I will leave all the information for signing up, and it's probably going to be my referral link. So if you want to refer under me and get into the program, that's going to be my link down below. But I just wanted to throw that out there if you are someone who's just starting out, or you're a smaller creator, and like I said, you're trying, it can be expensive to be buying makeup all the time or buying things to create videos with. So Temu has, different programs where you can, pick out some stuff in a category of theirs to create a video or create content with, and they'll send it to you. So it might be an awesome avenue to check out if you're at all interested in the, in the website Temu as a whole and just want to get some free products in exchange for, featuring them. So anyway, like I said, I had placed an order and then they did send me some more stuff. So when they asked to send me stuff, I decided to get a little bit more high ticket items, and on the order I placed was a lot of little kind of like curiosity things. Like I said, a lot of the little like $1.25, they weren't $1.25, but like the Dollar Tree stuff. I was curious the quality, so I'm gonna go over it really briefly. I know I'm missing some things, but I grabbed as many things as I could remember because they all came in, but I wanted to use them before I did this video, so they're all over my house. But first off, let's talk about this shirt because I'm wearing it and I low-key hate it. I got a size medium in all of my shirts because I'm that size where I'm a small, but after having so many babies and I don't like wearing tight-fitting clothes when I'm nursing, I like something easy breezy. So I got a size larger than I feel like maybe I always need to. Like I said, I'm typically a small, but many brands I've been getting more mediums just to have more of a looser fit. So I got mediums, and this shirt specifically is too big and too small. Ish? I don't know. I can't understand it. So first off, I like the length of it. I can't really show you in this tiny room, but it kind of ends. It has like a scoop neck or like a scoop ending, but the ends where the shortest part are just a little bit kind of like at my hips area. So it's a good length, and then it kind of swoops down a little bit lower. I like that. However, up here, as you guys have noticed, I've been messing with it. I don't like the way this sits because it's a little too high and out here. I don't know, it's weird. But the biggest thing I don't like is that the arm right here is very big. Maybe you can't tell, but it's floppy. It's too big up here too much space. However, down here where my arm is right here, it's too tight. Like as I'm talking, I keep pulling them down because they feel too tight. And they're also like at that awkward level where it's like, I kind of want to just pull them like this, but then they're even tighter. But I can't pull them down to a comfortable length where they're not too tight because they're just not, they're a weird length. So this shirt is a no. Maybe I just need to sit here. Is that it? I just need to redo these little knots. Maybe that's it. Maybe I'm the dum-dum. That got better with the floppiness. So I think that was it. It was just a little too tight on the floppy up here. So that did help it a little bit, but I still think that around here is just a bit too tight. And I feel like generally I have small arms, but this is uncomfortably tight. So I solved that problem. Great, I'm glad I solved that before I gave a terrible review, because when I first put it on, it was floppy like this, but you basically just kind of need to play around with it to loosen it up, but it still is just a little bit too tight. I don't know, it's an uncomfortable shirt. And like I said, I was buying shirts because I want to just throw something on that I can be comfortable with and I don't have to fuss with, and this is not one of them. This will probably be a shirt I just save for filming because I'm never going to want to wear it. Personally, I would not recommend this. I don't, like I said, it might just be me with this, but still, the arms are too tight. Ugh, I don't know, it's just uncomfortable. Anyway, moving on. This shirt is a nice fit, a little bit big. Again, this is a shirt that if I knew what I knew now, I would have went ahead and just bought a small, because it's, I don't know, maybe I would have just passed on this, because the reason I bought a medium is because it looked a little bit like just at the waist, and I feel like, again, I wanted to be a little bit longer, but then I think it's just too wide for me, so I'm not going to enjoy the fit. It'll be fine around the house, but now that I see their sizing and stuff, I would have preferred buying an accurate size. And for the quality of it, they're very nice. Like, I wouldn't say anything luxurious, but the feel of the quality is very nice. And I've washed this one twice now, and it's feeling, I throw it in the dryer. I should put that out there. I know you're not supposed to, but I'm a mom of 4 with a dog and a farm. I don't have time to hang up my clothes, so they all go in the dryer. So I can feel a little bit of that kind of like a fuzzy feel coming on because of it. Like I said, I've washed this twice, but it does still feel nice, and it's nice and thick. I think that's my favorite thing about it. Kind of reminds me of like a little bit nicer than Ross. I would get shirts at Ross, and I feel like after so many washes, they get so thin, but this is holding up a little bit better. This one a little bit better. This definitely feels like it'll hold up through a lot more washes. This one's a tiny bit more thin, but still should hold up, kind of like Ross, if you shop at Ross, if that helps any. This shirt I also got in a medium, and I really wish I got in a small because it's one of those kind of tunic types, so it goes long anyway. But I don't know why I kept going back and forth with like smaller, medium, smaller. I was like, I'll get a medium, that way I know it fits and I don't like waste any money, because if it's small and I can't wear it. But I totally should have gotten a medium, or I should have gotten a small in this. It's too big. So if you are looking at their clothes, I would say they're pretty accurate to size. They have sizing charts on there, so don't be like me and always worry that things are going to be too small. Just trust the measurements and buy appropriate for your size. Okay, next thing I bought, and I'm sure I've been putting it on the screen, but I'm going to tell you guys the price that I bought, that these were for. But I bought these little covers for bowls. Oh, my phone is buzzing, my apologies. For bowls, because I thought it'd be nice to not have to use plastic wrap. If you have a bowl full of like eggs or something, I could just pull it over and be done. I'm not the biggest fan because you have to like sit there and kind of figure out the right size. It can't be too big because then you're going to pull it too much, and it actually, like you can see, stretches it too much, and then it doesn't really, like, it's weak there. But it also can't be too small because, you know, it has to be the right size. And I feel like I've been trying to use these, but I get too frustrated of like trying to find the right size that I end up just dumping it into a leftover like container that I have and throwing it in the fridge instead of just using the bowl. And the thought of this was that I would be able to not dirty another a bowl or anything, like another leftover container. I could just keep it in the bowl it's in and waste less, have less to wash, basically. But these, they work, but the effort I have to go through to make them work, making sure I find the exact right size, is a little bit more than I anticipated when I saw it on the website. It makes me use it a little bit less because sometimes I go and I like try one or two and then I'm like, oh, whatever, I'll just grab something else. And so I grab something else and then I waste these, so. Okay, these were totally worth it. I think these were around $3, so a little bit more money, and you might be able to find like a similar price like on Amazon. I really didn't check, but these are for making gummy bears, but not bears. One of these has bears in it. Bears, but also just different shapes. This is fruit, this is bear and ocean themed, I think, or no, just animal themed, and then this is ocean themed. But they're little like silicone molds, and you can make your gummy solution, pour it in here, it hardens up, and you pop it out. I've been wanting to get these for ages for the kids. It also came with little droppers that work okay. Not the best, but for children who are doing it, the thing is it doesn't suck up a lot really well, but it works well because my children are the one doing it, so they don't have too much in there, so they don't pour too much, so it works out fine. But if you're an adult doing it, it might annoy you how difficult it is to get a really good suck up. But these molds are fantastic, and like I said, I think they were around $3 each, maybe, roughly, somewhere around there, $2-3. It's on the screen. I think these are great. They're gonna last a really long time, and I can now make gummy bears, gummy shapes with my kids, and they love them. Okay, this is also a fantastic product that I've been wanting to buy for ages. It's something you can put a gallon size bag, plastic bag in. If you are someone who makes freezer meals, I guess you could even do more because it goes up, but if you're someone who makes those kind of dump and go freezer meals, I like to do that when I can. I haven't done it in a long time, but like before baby, I remember the last time I did it, and I just filled the freezer with a bunch of meals for when I was nauseous and like first trimester. And these two things hook onto the plastic bag, and then that way it can just sit here and you dump it in, because if you've done those before, maybe I'm alone here, but at least one time each time I go to like make a bunch, I will be holding it and accidentally spill it. I let go of it, I reach for something, I set it down thinking it's secure, turn around, grab something, come back, and it spills everywhere. So I've seen these on Amazon, been wanting to buy them forever, and I think this was like $1 or $2 or less. Super cheap, so I threw it in the cart, and it works. I have no idea if it works better than the ones on Amazon, but it works, and it was very cheap, so I like it. Okay, one more thing and then we'll get into the bigger purchases that I made. But this is a ice cream scoop, and it was $1 or $2. I was really skeptical. I thought it wouldn't be, you know, like great quality, or would just be destroyed the first time I ran it through the dishwasher. I've washed it in the dishwasher many times. It's still really nice. The handle is like a soft grip, very nice, works well. It's great, and again, $1 or $2. I like it. Okay, more expensive things. I bought a charger for my nightstand table, can I talk? To be able to charge my phone without plugging it in, because my phone is getting old, it's got a crack in it, it's on its last legs, but it doesn't, the charger that inserts, it doesn't charge anymore. Something's broken in here or too dirty to work, I don't know. But anyway, I wanted it, it's able to do one of those like touch chargers, so I wanted to get this beside my table to be able to charge it, and it works great. I do like this, the little circle here connects here, it charges. I notice it, I feel like it charges slower than like the Apple chargers would charge my phone. However, I set it on here when I'm gonna leave it there all night. So by the morning it's charged, but when I wake up in the middle of the night to take care of children, I notice that it's like halfway maybe, and I'm like, oh, that's taking a long time, but it's no big deal. That's the only kind of con I can think. This one also, I got it because it has a Apple Watch charger and a Apple AirPod charger, and so I was like, ooh, I have knockoff, you know, earbuds. They're not Apple, but they're just a Bluetooth earbuds, and then I also have a knockoff watch. I wonder if it'll charge it, so that's why I bought this. So if I ever get one, maybe it'll work, but my current earbuds do not work. They're not the type that can do these, and neither is my watch. So for now, I just have 3 different ways I can charge my phone, but still it works, and for the price, not bad at all in my opinion. I was really pleased, and yeah, it's just a fantastic little charger. Works well. No idea how long it'll work, but since it just sits on my bedside table, I don't anticipate it dying anytime soon. Okay, and then speaking of watch, I got the watch off of Temu. I have always liked the idea of having the watch like this, like the Apple Watch, mainly because I'm curious about my steps, and this watch will tell me my steps. I wanted to try it to see if I like having a watch and I like knowing my steps. So that's why I got the knockoff version, and then maybe one day if I want to get the Apple Watch, I can. For starters, this knockoff version will not charge on this. It has to have its own special charger, which is kind of a bummer because I was really hoping I could use this to charge my watch at night. You can't. But besides that, it tells time great, and it tracks my step pretty accurately. I have a tracker on my phone, so if I'm carrying my phone all day, I can kind of see, and they're pretty similar, so I feel like it's pretty accurate to how many steps I do. It's nice. It has a bunch of features that I honestly don't use. Like I said, I just wanted it for a watch and to track my steps. It's got a nice like soft type of you know, wristband thing around it, and yeah, can't give it much of a review. I do notice that I'm pretty sure this right here is not just a mark, it's a scratch in it, so I've already scratched it. This is why I would not buy myself an Apple Watch, because like I ruin things. But knowing that I bought it off of Temu, that it's a knockoff for like 20 bucks, I don't feel too bad about it. So it's like, it was nice while it lasted. But anyway, if you're like me and you were always curious to try Apple Watches but don't want to spend the money on it, like I said, they have a lot of these like knockoff watches on there. I was a little overwhelmed on which one to get. I will link the exact one that I got. So if you want something around the 20 bucks or less, you know, price range to just try it out and see if you would like it, I think this is great. Okay, and last up, I don't have it here, but I'll stick a picture. I got a diaper bag because mine was on the outs. It was looking so bad, and this one was more expensive, as you can see from the price. I like it for the quality. I feel like it's a nice strong zipper. Everything about it is like nice. The fabric doesn't feel bad quality or anything like that. The only thing is the zipper on the sides doesn't come down all the way, or it just doesn't come down enough. So it's a very narrow opening. That's my only critique with it. And it's a bit smaller than my other backpack, but the quality of this backpack over my other one, it's gonna last longer. So I like that about it. I feel like it's not the same quality that I had, like the fake leather. So like once you start wearing it, the fake leather just starts to disintegrate. So it's pretty well it lasted, but then it just looks terrible when the leather starts to get too worn and disintegrate. So I like that this is more fabric. It's a very tough, thick type of fabric. So I've only had it less than a month. I have no idea if it's going to last a very long time, but I feel like it'll hold up better than the faux leather did. So that's nice. But like I said, overall, I like everything about it. It fits a lot, got a lot of pockets, all that type of thing. I like that. But the zippers are just a little more shallow and the pockets are a little more shallow than I was hoping for. But with that said, the backpack as a whole is a little bit more smaller than I was, you know, than my last one. So I like that it's smaller. So, you know, pros and cons, but that's really the only con I feel like to this. If you like the size and you like the style, just be aware that those zippers really don't come down very far. I wish it came down like even like 2-3 inches more. It would be nice to really get to open that and get in. As it is, you kind of come around and it's like, boop, and that's it. You got to dig from there. So that's a little bit of a critique. The other thing I'm going to mention is also not here. It's actually in my refrigerator. It is a little water container for keeping like cold water in your fridge. I like the idea of it. I really wanted it to work because I wanted some type of easy dispense mechanism for when I'm holding a baby. I want something I can hold a cup and like push down on it one-handed. The one we have is like a presser from the top, and it's a pretty firm one that you have to really like press firmly. So I have to have 2 hands to make it work, and some of my kids can't do it. So I wanted one that I could have the cup with one hand and just like use a finger to flick it up and get some water out. Am I making sense? I hope so. But anyway, so that's why I bought it from Temu, a couple bucks, but I don't think the stopper is very strong. So either the softest touch of it as I'm putting things away, or children messing with it, or maybe even it just drips on its own. I do notice a little bit of water in my refrigerator, which I don't love. So I'm still going to be on the hunt for the perfect type of dispenser that I can do one-handed for my refrigerator. But that was something else I bought. And that one, if I could do it over again, if I knew what I knew, I wouldn't buy that. I don't think that's it's not really worth it to me. I would just, like I said, spend a couple more dollars to get something that's really nice and secure. It's a little bit more tougher, maybe not so such a sensitive nozzle to drip that easily, but that can also easily be, you know, flicked down with a finger so that I can get my water one-handed. But Alright, so that is going to do it for my little review of Temu. Let me know what you guys think down below. If you enjoyed this type of video, or if you've been eyeing Temu and maybe curious about some other aspects of Temu, let me know down below and maybe I'll do another video. Like I said, they have an influencer program, so they have, you know, kind of categories of like, hey, if you want to get $40 in this category and do a video on it, you can. So if there's something you would like to see, let me know. I was really curious with their electronics, how nice they would be. And like I said, I mean, these are the only 2 things I can attest to, but so far they're working out great and I'm very pleased with them. So So let me know if there's anything else you'd like to see me test from Temu, and leave that down below in the comments, and maybe I can do a future video or just mention it in a future video if I get it and try it, and I can let you guys know. If you are a small content creator and you're wanting, like I said, some type of program that you can be able to get products to try and review, or just try and create content from and not have to spend an arm and a leg getting all the products and that type of thing, check out my link down below if you want to join their influencer program. And yeah, I think that's gonna do it for this video. Thank you guys so very much for watching. As always, I really do appreciate it. Don't forget to follow me over on Instagram. I'm LadyKatie92 over there. And yeah, with all that said, I'm gonna go take off this uncomfortably tight shirt, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye guys.